Hare Krishna. Echoing. Hare Krishna. Quick. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. So, can you have small refresh that whatever we had so far? Does anybody remember what we discussed in your last class?
Finished first chapter.
Yeah.
Last point of 27. 26.
I cannot hear. The fan is there, no? Little louder you can talk. It can be there.
It's the last one.
Yeah, first chapter.
We will be studying second chapter with Krishna. Use the answer.
It's going to begin now. We've seen so far until these are the 5 reasons. Krishna, Arjuna gave that he doesn't want to fight. And it is breaking. Is it? It's clear or not? He gave that 5 reasons. Compassion, loss of enjoyment, fear of sinful reaction, destruction of family tradition, and indecision. So now Krishna is going to give answer. Because in last week class we saw that Arjuna surrendered unto Krishna. He tried to give many arguments, many reasons he gave that he doesn't want to fight. Finally, nothing helped out. He spoke scholarly also. This was the verse. Last class we discussed. Karpanya doso pahata subhava. Prachamitam dharma samuna chinta yasreya syadisitam. Ruhi dharme sishyastya hapsadi mahamtvam brahmana. So he told, Arjuna told that I am confused about my duty and have lost all composure because of my surly weakness. In this condition, I am asking you to tell me for certain what is best for me. Now I am your disciple and his soul is telling, I am surrendered unto you. I am your disciple. We will discuss probably verse number 8 today. We will recite this sloka. Nahi prapasyami mama punudya yachokam chasanam indriyana avapya bhuma vasapratanam vriddham Rajyam Suranamapi Chadipatyam. So that indecision, it is continuing. He surrendered, but still he has some confusion. That's next to two more verses. I can find no means to drive away this grief, which is drying up my senses. I will not be able to dispel it even if I win a prosperous, unrivaled kingdom on earth with 780 limbs, like the demigods in heaven. He's telling I am unable to come out from the grief, even though if I get heaven also. It shows that mundane scholarship, mundane, the word. Mundane means material. Whatever in this world we have, maybe PhD, whatever scholar, that all doesn't help. in this, whenever there is problem, this doesn't help us. Like academic knowledge, one maybe so much strength. Arjuna is also much skillful, but he unable to drive away the grief. He's admitting that. Whenever there is a crisis, this so-called this knowledge will not help us. Material problem cannot be solved by material solution. It needs spiritual solution. That's why he surrendered to Krishna. So Krishna is going to speak now Bhagavad Gita, spiritual knowledge. Although we have so much advancement, like science also there, technically also we are advanced, technology also so many things have come, but still we are unable to come out of the problem. The problem is rather increasing. Like no one can help us from death. Although there are so many equipments, big hospitals are there, but still they cannot. Because this knowledge is beyond our senses, beyond our understanding. That's why we cannot understand with our small brain. The only thing one has to take the shelter of Krishna. Now we don't have Krishna, but Bhagavad Gita is there. And we have to take shelter of Guru. Guru will teach us. Even we are also studying now. Why we have to go to college? We ourselves can study. But we will not become bona fide student. We need some college has to authorize, right? That he has done engineering or doctor. Then only even the doctor is there. If he's just study himself and he open a hospital, someone will come. Nobody will have faith on him. That's why we need. So for that also one need little intelligent. Otherwise one will think, I know everything. I myself will drive away the problem. Arjuna also tried that. He gave so many solutions, reason why I don't want to fight. But still it doesn't help him. Two more verse will complete, small verse will. Now Sanjaya is telling. Sanjaya Vacha Evam Vukva Krishikesa Gudakesa Paratapa Nayotsyo Iti Govinda Uktva Tusnim Babhuvaha. Sanjaya said, having spoken thus, Arjuna, chastiser of enemies, told Krishna, Govinda, I shall not fight, and fell silent. Sanjaya is telling to whom? Dhritarashtra. He said that Arjuna told that he will not fight. Here the word Gudakesa, Paratapa used by Sanjaya. Tisikesa also used, Govinda. So, here Dhritarashtra became very happy. It seems Arjuna is not going to fight. And then basically we can get the kingdom back. But Sanjaya is telling indirectly that Arjuna is, he has one more name is Gudakesa, who is the conqueror of sleep. Sleep means ignorance. So now ignorance means another way opposite is no knowledge. Understood? In sleep means there is it is a state of ignorance. And another meaning we can say is no knowledge. Now Krishna is going to give knowledge and he will get up and fight. That's what he's indirectly telling Dhritarashtra. Next verse. Oh, descendant of Bharata, at that time Krishna smiling in the midst of both the armies, spoke the following words to the grief-stricken Arjuna. Why Krishna smiled here? Because Krishna thought that some time back he told me to drive the chariot. I want to see that who are all there. Arjuna told that first chapter. Keep the chariot in front. I want to see who all came here. Now he is telling I can't fight. That time he told I will fight and I will win. So Krishna is thinking that he is just smiling. You are ready to fight. That's why you told me, you commanded me, drive the chariot. I want to see who all came here to fight with me. Now you are telling I will not fight. Krishna is always superior to all living beings. Nobody is equal to Krishna or nobody is greater than him. Everybody is under him. But he reciprocates according to that how the devotee is reciprocating. Like for Arjuna, he became driver. For Yasoda, he became son. Even Devavati also, he became son. And Gopas, their friends. So different relationship Krishna had with his devotees. So Arjuna was acting as a friend. Now he became disciple. He's telling you, please guide me. So that's why Krishna smiled. Like this much time you were telling like a friend, you were ordering, you told you cannot fight. Now you surrendered and you are telling me what should I do? I cannot fight. Yes, Arjuna, Krishna thought that and he's smiling. So this is section 1 we completed. We supposed to complete last week. Due to there was no time we are able to complete. So now this verse number 11 to verse number 30 is going to, Krishna is going to give now the answer for first reason. Means he is going to tell there is no death for the soul. The body can never be saved. Because Arjuna told that first, what is the first reason? Compassion. Compassion for relatives. Another way, body means blood relation. So here he is telling the body is anyhow going to die. But you are thinking they are the body, they are not body, they are soul. So now Krishna is going to speak. That's why here it is said, Bhagavan Uvacha. Not Krishna Uvacha. He said Bhagavan. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. Asosyaschanam vachosastvam. Pragnavadam sabhasase. Gatasu nagathasuncha. Nanusosanti panditha. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, while speaking learned words, you are mourning for what is not worthy of grief. Those who are wise lament neither for the living nor for the dead. Here Krishna is telling Arjuna, you are not the wise. You are not intelligent. You are fool. Indirectly he is telling. So from this sloka onwards, Krishna is going to refute first argument. So the real philosophy of Bhagavad Gita starts now. So now Arjuna accepted Krishna as Guru. Here you can see Krishna never said, you have to accept me. You have to become my disciple. Arjuna himself accepted. So the spiritual life is voluntary. And the other thing, like you see, studies, there will be so many forces, right? Parents tell if you don't study, you will not get job. You will not success in your life. For that, one goes for school or college. Or fear, if I don't go to school or doesn't get good mark. So we cannot see that much. Fully, we are not going voluntarily due to fear or pressure. For that. But spiritual cannot be done like that. Even though by pressure somebody comes also, one cannot achieve success. Here one has to put his heart. I myself has to understand. This is required for me. So for that, whatever is need is there, I have to follow that. So one should understand what is truth and what is not truth. We should endeavor for reality. In olden days, people accept very naturally spiritual life because there was not much this technology advancement. There was science also was not much there. But nowadays, due to science, and people are thinking there is no God. That's why for them it is very difficult to accept spiritual. Those days they were had faith on soul also. Now even doctors doesn't believe. Although they studied so much, they cannot accept. There is nothing worse or something. It's just combination of chemicals. But they cannot bring a dead person into life. If you say it is only chemical, why can't you inject some chemical? Whatever absent in a dead body, why can't you bring them into life? That is not possible. Here Krishna calling Arjuna as food because he is lamenting for body. Now Krishna is going to tell you are not this body, you are soul. So now this, until verse number 30, we can see scientifically also how we are not this body, we are soul. Maybe verse number 20 onwards, we can prove that scientifically how we are not this body. Until that, maybe next class it will come, I think. He is worrying for the body. So Krishna, that's why I told, anyhow this body is going to die. You think now you don't want kingdom, you don't want to fight, you want to be, you want there should be alive. But how long it will be? Everyone has to die. In English, there is a saying, right? As sure as death. It is said, means as sure as death. Everyone has to die. The death is certain. So here, why Krishna is telling him fool? It is a duty of guru. Teacher also chastises, na? If you do some wrong thing. Sometimes in school days, many might have got some beating also. Because it is a teacher's responsibility. So Krishna is also chastising him. And accepting guru also very important in one's life. We have guru from our childhood only. Who is our guru in our childhood? Mother, parents. They only teach us what should be done, what should not be done. Then school, they will hand over to you under a teacher. He will teach us. But material things he teaches. But in those days, they will hand over to a spiritual guru who teaches spiritual thing. So he's telling you don't know this simple thing only. You should not pose like a learned person. Because he gave 5 types of reason. As a learned person, he knows why we should not fight. According to scripture also, he told this is sinful activity. This is not learned thing. So this is important sloka. Now 4-5 sloka will be there from 2.12 to 20. Some important slokas will be there. Natvevahav jatu nasam natvam neme janadipaha nachaiva na bhavishyama sarve vaya mata param. So Krishna is telling, never was there a time when I did not exist, nor you, nor all these kings, nor in the future shall any of us cease to be. Has anybody understood what Krishna is trying to say? Any guess? Huh?
Past, present, future, exist.
What existing? Exist. Krishna also, Arjuna also. Means he is telling the soul is permanent. Never there was a time when the soul was not existing. Means past, as I said. Even in present also it is existing. In future also it will exist. That's what. In the sense, what he is trying to say, there is no death. So here it is explained that we are soul, we are not body. We have current body now, whatever it is there, and we had previous life body also, and future also we will get another body. Now this is current body. Whatever previous activities we did, for that the result we got this body. Now whatever we are performing now the activities, it is called karma, either good or bad. For that result we are going to get in next body. That we will see in further verses, how the soul is transferring from one body to another body. Body is created, not soul. Soul is ever existing. This is what this sloka is telling. Our identity is spiritual. Generally, whenever you take phone, what do you say? Who is talking? I am Suraj. Suraj is the name when it came. After you take birth, after some months or some year. But before that, you cannot tell your identity only. Because in general, we identify ourselves into this body only. That's the problem with Arjuna. He is also identifying with this body. That's why that body also my relatives is thinking. Some people think soul is eternal actually. One future of soul. Soul has 3 futures. Sat, Chit, Ananda. There is Sat. Sat means permanent. So that future is there in soul. That's why we think we don't want to die. Why a person is, anyhow soul is not going to die. But he thinks I should not die means he considers I am this body. That's why Arjuna also telling I don't want to kill them. Because they are the body. In actuality, soul is not going to die. This feeling is coming from soul only, that I don't want to die. Because soul is eternal. That is Sat. Another potency is Chit. Chit means knowledge. Soul has full knowledge, but because it is covered now, we are craving for knowledge. Everyone wants to learn something, right? That eagerness is there. I want to learn this, that, many things. Because people have interest on so many things. Science, somebody wants to know about universe, or programming, what else? Some mechanical things. Scientists, you see, they want to always find out something. So much research they do. This feeling is there because of this is there in soul. That is knowledge potential. Another one is Ananda. Ananda means happiness. That's why we want to be always happy. We are endeavoring for happiness always, right? So much and we do everything for that only. Why so much we are studying 4 years engineering, 5 years medical, right? So many books. How many semester? 8 semesters. 8 into 6, 48 papers, my lord. One has to clear. Then one become engineer, goes to some company, and after ending, he wants to be happy. But still that suffering comes. Whether you endeavor or not, it is there. Why it is coming? That will come in next to us. There is some kind of philosophy is there. People say, I am God, right? I am God, you are God, everybody is God. They think that because these people are called Mayavadis. Technically, Mayavadi, they say, Mayavadi philosophers. Their philosophy is, we will become God. Currently, we are not God. When you realize that soul, then you will become God. But here, this sloka is telling, no, they will not become God. Any of us cease to be this telling. Everybody is going to be soul only. It is not you are going to become God in future. People will think that once you realize yourself, you are God. No, that philosophy is wrong. You remain soul and God remains super soul. Atma, Paramatma. Both will not come together. So people think I am eternal, so this body is also eternal. So that is also wrong. The body is not eternal. So there is one philosophy like our philosophy also there. It is Achinta Abheda Beda Tattva, which means simultaneously equal and difference also. Means simultaneously equal and difference with God. Equal with what? Quality. Whatever quality God has, we also develop that quality. So we say a very divine person, very good person, because he has good quality. If somebody is smoking, drinking, and doing all nonsense activity, we'll say he's a good person. That's why they put him in jail. Again. So difference means in quantity. How to understand this? We are qualitatively equal to God, but not quantitatively. Like you can take a ocean drop. Now you want to see how much this water has salt or and other substance you want to check. So will you measure all the ocean? Some sample you take or one drop, something like that. You take and then you will try to this experiment and you will understand. Similarly, if see, both have same quality, right? One drop of ocean also, that vast ocean also. That one drop is VR, that vast is God. But quantity, we are just one. You may take 10 ml, but ocean is, we cannot measure it. Or we can see fire and spark. What are the quality fire characteristics fire has? Heat and light. Fire means there should be heat and light. So sometimes that fire it blast and a small spark will come out. So that also has same quality. It also has heat and light, but quantity wise, that fire is very huge. This is very small. And gold mine also you can say. Small gold also you can take gold mine. So similarly, we are qualitatively equal with God, not in quantity wise. But they say both we are. We are God only. That is wrong. So this is also important sloka. Dehinosmin yata dehe kaumaram yavanam jara तथा देहांतर प्राप्ति धीरस्तत्र न मुह्यति. As the embodied souls continuously passes in this body from boyhood to youth to old age. The soul similarly passes into another body at death. A sober person is not bewildered by such a change. So this sloka is telling that this body keeps on changing. Every second, every moment, the body is changing. So here proof is given about incarnation, reincarnation. There is internal incarnation, reincarnation? You had Punarjanma both. So there is two types of incarnation. One is internal, another one is external. Internal means, like for example, there is a person A. You can see when he was 4 years old. If you see that same person after 40 years, you cannot recognize. The body is completely changed. But still he claims himself as I am the A. It is not, his body is changed. You see, you are coming and seeing him. Where is that person A? Says, I am the game. No, you are not. I saw you were a very small boy. Now you became so much grown up. No, I am the person. Now I am grown up. I will show you some photo also. This body is always changing right from conception. As soon as we, even in womb also it grows. In Srimad Bhagavad Gita, it is very nicely explained. When that child before takes birth, it will be in P form. Then slowly it will grow and 9 holes will develop. There will be 9 holes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Another one is for passing urine and passing stool. There is 9 holes. Then slowly the limbs will come out. Then finger will come out. Then that mouth, everything will come. So slowly from this, so there is changes. So the changes means it is growing. I will ask you one question now. Do you know who is he? It's black and white photo. This person? No? Huh? Ambedkar. Yeah, we found out. It's all the person is same only. But when I show you that first photo, you are able to understand. That's why that example I gave. Now you saw him as a small boy. But when you see when he become grown up, you cannot accept he is the same person. Because the body keeps on changing. But still you told Mahatma Gandhi now also that before also he was Mahatma Gandhi. Will anyone cry that if somebody is growing? Nobody is going to cry, right? Which means he has changed the body. Like in childhood, you went to US for studies. So you are coming after 10 years. So the parents going to cry after you come. Very small, now you became very fat, very grown up. Where is my son? He is changed. They are not going to cry. So similarly, what Krishna is trying to say, see, death means they are going to take another body, changing the body. Don't cry for that. Soul is not going to die. So in Bhagavad Gita, it is explained what is the families. In river, you can see so many dry leaves will comes together. So dry then plants and trees will be there. So dry leaves will fall. So you can see sometimes the dry leaves, 10 leaves will comes together and it will flow for some time. Through that, due to the help of that current, it will flow for some time. It will hit in some stone or something, then immediately it is separated. All the leaves will go in different directions. Similarly, here also, we have come into this family now. We have some family. Now for this body, this mother, this father we got. So when the death comes, we will get another family also. Another mother, father. That time we forget this also. So similarly, he is telling that the body keeps changes. So how to understand the proof of soul is also given. Generally, if your hand is paining, you say, na, my head is paining, my hand is paining. Mine means whom it belongs to. Huh? What? No, no. My hand is paining, my leg is paining, my stomach is paining. All over the body, you say mine, mine only. Then it whom it belongs to. That is soul. Children also say, it is my hand. It's whose hand? Whose hand it is? It is my laptop. Am I this laptop? Where is the difference? Now you are all there. I am speaking. You are all hearing now. Even dead body also there now. For example, just imagine, not there. So heat also has ear, eyes. Will it hear? Will it respond? So what is that? That is soul. The body is just like covering. So this body keeps on changing, right? From boy to youth, youth to old. After old, when there is no more changes, that is called death. So this is internal reincarnation. External reincarnation means after death, according to the karma, whatever we do, it will accept next body, new body. That is external reincarnation. You know, Brahmanas, they do Gomeda Yajna, Aswamedha Yajna. They, in that sacrificial fire, they will keep that cow also. So that was that one argument that even you are also killing the cows, why we should not eat. Actually, in sacrifice, why they are putting the cow? They keep that old cow only they will put. And then that old cow will get new fresh body or it will get human body. Just to test that mantra, they will do that. They put that new old cow in that sacrificial fire. After they put, because of that power of that mantra, that cow will get new body. Means changing the body here also. So here Krishna is telling that intelligent person will not lament like you. Because the body is simply changing. But you are lamenting, that's why you are not intelligent. Krishna, that's why chastised you. Is it clear? Thoda philosophy jayega. This is also the important shloka. Why that there is duality, it is explained. Mantra aspasastu kaunteya siddha ushna sukha dukkadha agama apayino nityas tam stitik savabharata. O son of Kunti, the non-permanent appearance of happiness and distress, and the disappearance in due course are like the appearance and disappearance of winter and summer season. They arise from sense perception. O son of Bharata, one must learn to tolerate them without being disturbed. When Krishna is telling there is no other way, these changes are going to happen. Whether you kill them or you don't kill them, they are going to die and they will accept next body. So for that, you cannot do anything. You have to tolerate. Krishna is teaching the qualities of tolerance here. Tolerance means allow it to happen on its own way. Allow it to happen on its own way. Let it happen. Because we are not the controller. We are not the doer also. I want to become engineer. Sorry, I want to become topper in class. You study a lot, but there will be someone else. And so even we cannot control our whole body also. Sometimes we eat more and we suffer due to indigestion. And control is not there within us only. How can we control others? The best thing is Krishna is telling you cannot do anything for these changes. Only thing you can do is tolerate. Here the duality is explained. Dualities means opposite. In this world, you can see for everything opposite is there. North, south, heat, cold. पहले winter था अभी summer आ गया. Summer आ रहा है. And then honor, dishonor, credit, blame, happiness, distress. So we need only positive things. Negative we don't want, but it is not possible in this world. Krishna says in 13th chapter, this world is Dukkalayam Asasvat. Dukkalayam. Puttakalayam मतलब क्या है? Puttakalayam. Book. Puttakalayam means place where that you can find. Like bookstall. You can see book only. Like this is bookstall. This world is Dukkalayam. Here only Duk will be there. Even though you try for happiness, the Duk will come. You try for happiness, distress will come together. So you cannot avoid. That's what here it is said. Winter, summer, heat, cold, pleasure, pain. And one more thing, whatever gives you pleasure now, later the same thing will give pain. Can some of you give any example? The beginning that gave you happiness, later on that same thing is giving you trouble. Like people study so hard and then they get job. After get that job, they feel I got job now. They give party also, right? I got job now. But after that, you can see so much stress, difficulties will be there in job. Then they find I have to change job. So much trouble. This manager is not good. He's always catching me only. So they will go to another job. There also same thing may continue. There is one story is there, right? There was one duck. It was giving daily a golden egg. So what that fellow did, one wrong thing. He thought that daily one egg only I am getting. Better I will kill and see stomachs. All the egg I will remove in one time. So similarly here also that one person was there. He was giving a daily golden egg. He thought that front side I don't like. Because front side I have to feed. I have to pay for food. But back side is good. So he cut off that front side and thrown away. Now only back side I will keep. This is what we are trying to do. The difficulties I don't want. I want only happiness. That is not possible. What happened? He did not get both the thing. The duck is died. But another one example we can say people they come together to the lovers. They think while they were loving each other, if I marry her, everything will be happy. Everything will be wonderful. So for that, they're ready to do anything. Even they run away from home, they will be against so many people. They fight. Somehow they get married. They think now everything is solid. I will be a happiest person. But have you ever heard that same people got divorced also? The same pleasure they thought. The same thing is giving up pain. So why that is? We'll discuss that answer later. Why the dualities are there? Because of you understood right the word dualities, dual sim. That is the both the thing, good, bad. That is called dualities. The dualities arises because of the senses are contacting with the sense object. We are trying to enjoy that. For the eyes, senses. The sense object is seeing some nice painting, movies. For a boy, a beautiful girl. For a girl, a handsome boy. This is a sense object. When they try to contact each other, then that pleasure and pain will come. So yogis or one who is practicing spiritual, they try to avoid this. They don't go behind the senses. Senses demand so many things. Because behind sense, who is the master for the senses? Huh? Sorry, now Indra. Okay, all right. But Indra, ever says? Yeah, that I agree. Means on what base the sense will be directed, the senses are there. Mind. The mind is there. The mind only forces the senses. The senses cannot go and do. Immediately it will not think, I will go and eat gulab jamun. Now you see the gulab jamun is there in stall. Immediately it thinks gulab jamun this is. The mind has previous experience. So then immediately it will see how much like money I have. So how many gulab jamun will come? How many I can eat? It's all the calculation happens. There is intelligent also. That does calculation. And then the instruction will be given to senses by mind. Then the senses will go up, like will walk, hand will take, and then tongue will taste. There are so many processes. So they try to avoid this spiritualist. They don't allow the mind to give instruction to the senses. That is what the practice. To the degree one tries to enjoy the senses, to that degree he is going to suffer also. Enjoyment means sinful activity. Because one who perform things according to scripture, he will get payas, punya. One who doesn't follow, he will get papa. Then we'll see slowly. Okay, next sloka will. O best among men, Arjuna, the person who is not disturbed by happiness and distress and is steady in both is certainly eligible for liberation. So one who tolerate what result he is going to get. Then here it is thing one. The dualities are there, right? Pain, pleasure. One should not try to enjoy both. If he tries to enjoy pleasure, he has to suffer pain also. So don't enjoy only. So what he will get? The first time here Krishna is telling that the spiritual goal. That is liberation. Mukti. Mukti बोलते हैं ना, उसको liberation बोलते हैं. And there is no other way other than tolerating this. This itches, it is like itches. Whenever itches happens, what generally we do? We scratch. पर अच्छा लगता है ना वो स्क्रैच करने में, थोड़ा अच्छा लगता है. पर स्क्रैच करो 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 करते रहो, will become reddish and then still we cannot leave only. Still ये थोड़ा अच्छा लगता है. फिर करते करते बाद में क्या होएगा? Will become reddish and wound will become. This is how this enjoyment is. पहले अच्छा लगता है, करते 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 the more we do, the same pleasure will turn into pain. But the one who tolerates, he can surpass this. He can go above this. So one should not take unnecessary anxiety. There is a saying, what cannot be cured has to be endured. Understood? What can't be cured has to be endured. If you cannot, there is no solution, then just tolerate. That's what this meaning is. And if you are not distracted by these small things, because the senses are, we were in so many bodies. It's not the only body we are in. Past there were so many bodies. We don't know what all body we undergone. Some people sometimes chastise, na? That is behaving like dog, is behaving like donkey, or behaving like monkey. On our side they say only tail is missing. The monkey is the tail, but you don't have tail. If tail is there, you are monkey only. Because all the thing you do is like monkey activity. Maybe that tendency will come. At the time of that, this body will die, which is gross body, made up of Panchabhuta, earth, water, fire, air, ether. There is another body, that is subtle body, which you cannot see but can feel. Mind, intelligent, ego, these are all subtle body. लोग पूछते ना बुद्धि है क्या आपको? ऐसे पूछते नहीं है, मुझे भी नहीं दिख रहे हैं. आपको किधर दिख रहे हैं क्या? So we cannot see but we can feel. Why we say mad person is intelligent is not working? Why we say he is very intelligent is properly working? So this is subtle body. So gross body will die, subtle body will never die. That will go along with the soul to the next body. Next week I will show you one video that how that person remembered his past life. As a small boy, he could able to do something that which he did. He was a pilot. He was in Air Force. He died. There's some accident in the war. So next life he remembered his story, means his whatever he was doing. So before going for that fight, they have to check that jet, some parts, what are working. As a small boy, he can do that. Because of that mental, that same mind was there. It was stored. So that same mind, some people they get that type of Krishna gives that intelligence. And it is how scientifically proved there is a doctor and psychiatrist called Einstein Stevenson. He has proven this. He has written so many books on this reincarnation. Then we'll see. It will be very interesting. So Krishna is telling if someone tolerates, they will get the liberation. So who can tolerate? Again, it is told. One who is steady in determination. And then the determination is whatever is told. Like we have 4 things we have to follow, right? 4 regulative principle we discussed long time back. No meat eating, no illicit connection, no intoxication, no gambling. So these are the 4 things we should not do. So one should be determined in this. That helps us advance spiritual. समझ रहे हैं क्या? You have a question you can ask. Even sannyasis, right? Renounced order people. They are detached from everything, even family life. Like they are detached from their parents also, their brothers, sisters, and other relatives. Because of them only they can easily perform the spiritual activity. But here Krishna is so much attached. Because of that, he is unable to follow Krishna. Now Krishna is going to break that attachment. This is the false attachment. Whatever you are showing. 4 ashram? Varnasrama we discussed. 4 ashram, Brahmachari, Grahastha, Vanaprastha, and Sannyasi. Because all these ashram, you can see only Grahastha ashram, they can stay with family. The life of brahmachari, they have to go to Gurukul. Then the Guru will tell whether he can marry or not. Then he will send to Grahastha ashram. Then like 25, 25, 25, 100 years, 25% brahmachari. Then 25% will be Grahastha ashram. Then Vanaprastha. Vanaprastha is coming out from family. In those days, things were like that only. They will come out from the family life. They will try to be alone. बोलते ना मैं काशी जाता हूँ, हिमालय जाता हूँ. So they go and perform spiritual activity. Then they take sannyas. Krishna is telling the same thing only. You should be detached. You are so much attached to your body. Your body also, and your belongings belongs to this body. Your grandfather, your teacher, your brothers. So the body keeps on changing. There are 6 changes is there for body. What are they? Birth. Then it will grow. Maintenance. Production of byproducts means children. Then slowly it will become old. Finally death. So the 6 changes happens in body. Those who are seers of the truth have concluded that of the non-existent, the material body, there is no endurance. And of the eternal, the soul, there is no change. This they have concluded by studying the nature of both. The body is considered here as non-existent. Why it is told? Because the body keeps on changing. Each and every moment the body is changing. Our mother cannot understand that we are grown up. But some relatives comes from far away after a long time, they will understand. You are so much grown up, I am unable to understand only. Why mothers cannot understand? It is very swiftly happening, the growth moment. And very micro level it is growing. Like, can anyone see that nail is growing? But we are cutting, right? Every 20 days or 1 month once. It is growing, right? But why are we unable to see? Because it is growing very swiftly and at very micro level. That's why we are unable to see. Like we cannot see how, here you can see how many blades are there for fan. There you cannot see. Because it is rotating very fastly. That's why we are unable to see. Because of the limitation of our senses. So the body has birth also. Because there is birth, there is death also. But the soul doesn't have neither birth nor death. But the suffering and the anxiety is because of this identity, wrong identity to the body. Okay. Now Krishna is going to speak about characteristics of soul. That which pervades the entire body, you should know to be indestructible. No one is able to destroy that imperishable soul. So far, Krishna was telling about body, right? Body, we are not this body. The body is going to die. The body keeps on changing. Now he is going to tell about soul. How to understand that there is soul? What is the difference between a living person and dead body? Yeah, but how to understand that soul is there, present? Consciousness. The body has some kind of feeling, breathing. Like some normal person, if you pinch, he gets pain. Anywhere you can pinch, he will get some degree pain. There is limitation. In face, you see, eyes has so much sensitivity. As soon as something comes, immediately it closes. Even ear also. That insect sometimes comes, you will immediately understand. Even though you cannot see the insect, but the sensitivity is there. Everything Krishna made very such a way that The skins are quite soft, but in leg you see the skins are very rough because we have to walk. So many stones also will be there. That doesn't. And hair you see this hair will grow, but this hair is not growing. This hair has limitation and hand also. But just think that this hair also growing, पूरा आपका बंद हो जाएगा. If you want to see, you have to open and say unclose. But how it is happening? Who is doing? So when the soul is there, only this everything will happen. That person you cannot find the hair is growing. Sometimes I think some until the soul comes out, it will grow like this. What do you say that people in coma, they also seems like dead body only. There is no action, nothing. But still soul is there. There is these functions will happen. Nails are growing and his body also growing. When the soul comes, these things will not happen. And if you pinch him also, dead body you cut, if you believe say something, they will see a post-mortem. They cut like bag, some fish only we are cutting or some vegetable we are cutting. Like that they cut and open and see. Dead body will not tell anything. But in living body, we have to give anesthesia, right? Otherwise he will shout. The consciousness spread all over the body because of the presence of the soul. Like medicine is there. As soon as you put injection, the injection that influence will be there all over the body. Maybe you may have wound in your leg, but doctor will not put that medicine there. He will give one tablet where you have to put here. So what is the connection? I am putting here, wound is there, but it will work still. Because it influences there all over the body. Like early morning sun will rise. You don't need to understand, you don't need to go and see outside whether sun is there or not. You can understand by that sign, sun sign. Similarly, that sun is in one place, that signs all over the world. Similarly, soul is situated here at the heart, but its consciousness spreads all over the body. But these things are inconceivable to human beings. Means he cannot understand. That's why scientists declare there is no soul. They cannot understand, so no soul. So there are 4 defects are there for human beings. Does anyone knows? We discussed in our past also. Huh?
You feel like then
No, that is opulence. 4 defects human being has, everyone. Ah, correct. Cheating propensity. One is imperfect senses. So because of imperfect senses, he commits mistake. So that is committing mistake. Third one is, as you said, there is cheating propensity. After committing mistake, they will cheat and he will be in illusion. Like our senses are limited. You see sun, it looks very small, right? Small plate, this plate. Size looks this much only. But actually you see it is so many times bigger than this planet. Because of our senses, our limitation of eyes, we see it is very small. Sometimes you can see mirage, in the road. It appears there is some water. But once you go nearby, there is no water. And hearing also has limitation. There is 20 to 20,000 hertz. 20 hertz to 20,000 megahertz. Human being can hear. But rat, less than 20 it can hear. That ultrasonic waves, to drive away the rat, there is a device. Once you switch on that, it gives you a sound, kind of, which is intolerable for rats to hear. But for us, we don't hear any sound. That is limitation. And then committing mistake. You also does titration experiment, right, in your engineering. So you have to do 2 times, 3 times, then you will come to that average you will take. Because every time it changes also. It is not going to come equally for everyone. 4.6, everyone is not going to get 4.7, 4.8, then you will get, because there is a mistake propensity is there. Someone will get 7 also. He might have done some mistake. So it is there. Even the rocket launching will be there. So much money they will spend. The rocket just launch and then blast. All the money is gone. That propensity is there, committing mistake. Then cheating propensity also. They did not so far reach to moon only, moon landing. but they have propagated. We have reached. Who propagated? Which country? Yeah. Who has found that this is false? Yeah. They have given some proof also that how they did not reach the moon. Although if they reached also, why they are not talking about that now? Pura chhod diya usko. Because moon is a heavenly planet, Swarga. It is also one of the Swarga. In order to go to heavenly planet, one has to do so much punya. Then only one can, otherwise not possible. That is cheating propensity. Then illusion. Still they don't know how this body is functioning, how this digestion is happening. According to Ayurveda, it says there is fire in the body. That's the fire only digests the food. But allopathic doesn't accept why there is no fire, something like that. Without fire, how the body gets heat? Fever time you have itna garam रहते body. So how it is happening? There is fire is there. And there is no medicine in allopathic to decrease the heat. Now also they try to hook up this type of take coconut water. This all are Ayurvedic only it says. Some kind of herbs which helps to cool the body. So this all illusion. And there is who is that Mickey Mouse program? Disney. Disney. So what he did at the time of death, he died and he gave so much money to scientists. They told that we will bring you back. Don't worry. We will preserve your body, dead body, in a refrigerator, in high temperature, cold. We will keep your body. Once we find out that medicine will bring you back. So he gave so much money for that. And he died also. Then the scientists took that money and they put the dead body in that refrigerator. But that relatives became so much insecure. If this fellow comes back again, he will take all the property again. So again, they gave so much money to the scientists. Don't bring him back. They took that money also. But still they are unable to bring him. That is the illusion. They thought we can bring. They're trying. I don't know, still that body is there or not. So this knowledge can be given by Guru only because he has seen the truth. He has heard from his Guru. Guru also, we should not accept some so-called Guru. Nowadays, he gives some money, he will become Guru. He will give some mantra. The Guru is the one who comes from Parampara. Parampara means disciplic successor. He had his Guru. He had his Guru. There is 4 Sampradaya is there. Has anybody had Sampradayas? Ours is Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. It is coming from Brahma. Then Sri Sampradaya. From Lakshmi Devi it comes. Then Kumara Sampradaya. There are 4 Kumaras. And then Rudra Sampradaya. From Shiva it comes. These are the 4 authorized Sampradaya scripture texts. The one who wants knowledge, they can take from scripture only. But in order to know that knowledge, we need teacher. They are Guru. We'll see one more last sloka and we will finish this class. The material body of the indestructible, immeasurable, and eternal living entity is sure to come to an end. Therefore, fight, O descendant of Bharata. He's telling the body is going to be die. So better you fight. One cannot maintain the body until lost. Even though if Arjuna is not going to fight, for example, how long he can protect the body? There is insurance is there, life insurance. Is it really for life insurance? After that only we can use that money and then to another person will use that money. So we cannot protect the body until means for long time. It is like whatever product you buy, there is an expiry date, right? The medicine you take, it is good for 2 years. Consume it before 12 months. It is returned. So like this, as soon as the body took birth, there is expiry date also there by default. It is going to die. This material, everything is going to be expired. Are there anything which will not expire? Any idea? There is one thing which will not expire. The soul is not belongs to material world. It belongs to spiritual world. That is spirit soul. I had honey. Honey. Madhur. It doesn't have expiry date. It's such a wonderful thing. Only honeybee can extract the honey from flower. No scientist unable to remove that honey. You take flower and how much you squeeze, you will not get a drop of honey also. Only honey knows. Sorry, honeybee knows that how to remove the honey. Even soul also has a measurement. Its size is given in slow. In some Upanishad, it is there, Taittiriya Upanishad. The size of the soul is. So if you take a hair, tip of a hair, cut into 100 pieces, tip of a hair that you cut. In that one piece you take, again cut into 100 pieces. That is the size of the soul. Which means we cannot imagine what is the size of very, very, very minute. But that soul has such a potential. The same soul is there in elephant body also. How much power the elephant has. The same soul is there in ant's body also. So it has so much potential, a small soul that does so much magic, so many things. We can understand how much insignificant we are. So this soul is coming from Lord. Lord is super soul. So how much power Lord will be having? Science unable to accept that how this universe came into existence. They are trying to prove by some theory. Practically, they are unable to do anything. How it is floating, how it has so much energy like sunlight. How much energy it has? Some seconds, the sunlight energy you take, it can use many years current to this whole world. That much energy is there. How it is possible? They are unable to accept only. Because we are very tiny and we are trying to understand that big thing. Like an LKG student is trying to understand PhD subject. He may be now only he knows 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That much only he knows. But if you give him some differentiation, integral program, it is impossible for him. 2xy plus 3fy something. He will say it is wrong. What is this? 2 is also coming. ABCD is not coming. XY is coming directly. Similarly, only we are trying to understand because it is not in our capacity. So Krishna wants to say that don't lament because body cannot be saved and soul is not going to be killed. So fight. The thing is, one can't see the soul, so one can kill. You know Socrates. Who is he? Socrates, you might have heard, right? Name. Philosopher. So once he was chased by some group of gundas. They were about to kill him. So he said that, but this is the one thing he told. You cannot see me only, how you can kill me? And they were wondering, what are you talking? Yes, you cannot see me. He understood that I am not body, I am soul. So you cannot see the soul only, then how you can kill the soul? So Krishna is telling that you cannot kill them. You are just killing the body. So next verse 19 from 21, Krishna is going to tell the point that how we are soul from different angle. There it comes reincarnation. You can see twins. Both are having same body, right? Same future, right? Same kind of eyes, everything. But they both think differently. Why? The soul is different. Maybe body, everything will be same, but soul is different. So then example with some video and some PPT we will see next week. Do you have any question now? There is no question, we will stop here. So we can have Prasadam here only. If you wash your hand, you can come. Matt, yeah, stop the record. Okay, we'll stop here.